On to tips and advice, and I'm going to go through this quickly. So number one tip is definitely that COVID test. If you can go and find a facility that will provide a free test, or if you need to get it through your healthcare provider, get those weekly tests. And then I just write at the end of the skill description, update, due to the current pandemic, I am receiving routine testing for COVID-19, negative COVID-19 result as of whatever date. So I do that. My last one was January 15th. Side tip to that, if you can't get an appointment, you can donate blood, and you can, by donating blood, you can also get a antibody test for COVID-19. They will give you that result as well, which is useful. You know, if we weren't sure if somewhere like 3 months ago you got sick and you weren't able to get tested for COVID-19 and you want to know if you got it or not. So that's one tip also. So specific for TASKRABBIT, in your closing message, make sure to write, thank you so much for hiring me. I have a registered business, if you do, and say, if you hire me directly, I offer a lower rate of blah, blah, blah. And say all the other categories that you offer. If they hired you for furniture assembly, say you also do home repairs, you also do plumbing, electrical, whatever it is, like market yourself right in that closing message, right in that little blurb before you send them away, send that invoice away. And then before you leave the client's house, say anything else. I know if you're on a time frame, you got another job to go to, and you're on a rush, like it can't be helped. But try to time yourself so that you have an hour between jobs, or if you're just taking that client, it's the last client, don't be so hasty about leaving. Just say anything else. Even if they only said to have you look at this, ask them for anything else so that you open that conversation of doing more jobs. And if you're hourly, as you are on TaskRabbit, then the longer you're there, the more pay you can ask for on your invoice. Have a business card ready. Give your business card when you're leaving and say the same thing as I mentioned in the closing message. Say that you charge a lower rate if you hire me directly, so they're more than willing to contact you directly for the future instead of going through the app and then the app taking a cut. There will be slow days. I mean, due to the pandemic, there was a slow day. Today, I had a job originally booked, but then they canceled over the 24 hours. And within the next 24 hours, I didn't have time to book another client. And so I didn't work today. But don't worry, if you keep up with all the things that I mentioned, with the lower rate, doing good work, being on time, keeping your metrics high, all the common sense stuff, like clients will hire you. I just got 2 returning clients wanting to hire me directly today in just one day. So look, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to brag and whatever. I'm just saying there will be slow days, but if you are doing all the right things, there will be jobs. Don't worry. There is no shortage of people that are wanting to hire good people. I saw this on a Reddit thread when things were going slow and I was trying to find advice on how to get more jobs. And one thing that I read that really stuck out with me was a client reviewing TaskRabbit as a client, and they said, oh, I contacted this person and they just assumed that I was gonna hire him. It's like, I'm just trying to fill you out first. So some clients are ready to go. Like they pick you, they request you, they want to hire you, accept it, you're good to go. Some clients are kind of trying to figure out what kind of skills you have, what kind of experience you have, what knowledge you have about the specific project that they have in mind. And you got to give them a little bit more TLC. And when a client requests me, I always respond with, hi, blah, 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 client's name. Make sure you spell it right. Thank you for considering me. And then follow up with all the questions that you have. Or if it's so straightforward, they just need you to assemble an office chair, say, to confirm, you would like the task to begin at blah, blah, blah time on blah, blah, blah day. Like you got to say something, you got to have some kind of response anyway. And so always go with the mindset that they haven't completely decided on you yet, because some clients want to feel you out before they hire you, and that's okay. Sometimes you're waiting for the client for so long, like an entire day goes by because the task is like a week ahead or something. You have to give the client some kind of time frame to respond back, or else you're going to be waiting there forever. There isn't like a specific equation as to how long you should wait, because it really depends on like how long until your job or when the requested scheduled task is going to begin. And so you got to set that yourself. Okay. And lastly, try new jobs, but be honest. If you're new to the trades and you have very limited experience, or furniture assembly, you've assembled a lot of furniture for yourself but not for clients or whatever, and you are expanding your skills and what you're willing to provide for other people, be open-minded to trying new things, even if you haven't done it before. But be honest. Like, you will understand the time and place when you should tell the client, hey, I don't have that much experience in this, but I'm willing to try, but I'm happy to come. I'm happy to try this out with you. Like, you'll know when to say it, and you'll know when you're like, okay, I feel confident enough to do this without saying that. But just be honest. Just be honest. So if you make a mistake, like, we're all on the same page. And let me tell you, you will make a mistake. I have made a mistake on like the simplest jobs, and you just have to own up to it. If you have to at times go back on your own time and fix that issue and not charge them, do it. I have had to do that before, and I have had to go on my own time, contact them off the app because I fucked up on something. And don't be afraid to do that, and don't feel like that never happens, because I'm sure it does. And it definitely happened to me, and that has only made me a better business person. That has only made me a better communicator, just a good way to conduct business. Just be honest and make up for your mistakes. If you fucked up, it's okay. And closing thoughts, good luck. Whatever it is, gig work or some other kind of self-employment, whatever it is, especially for women, more women need to be in the trades because it's fun and you can do it. You don't have to be like the buffest person to be able to and you don't have to think that you have to carry all this weight. Like, I can do furniture assembly, which is probably the easiest thing, but home repair stuff like putting up curtain rods or blinds or fixing doorknobs or whatever it is, I can't think of anything, or putting up shelves. You don't have to have all the muscle, you don't have to know how to use all the tools, and if you're not comfortable with using a power drill or things like that, just go get one and try it out. And if you feel like you can't, if you feel like it's too hard, if you feel like it's not fun, then get your receipt and return it. But you gotta try and feel it out, because the trades are like honestly so fun. There's just so much to learn. If you're interested, I want to talk a little bit about why I chose TASKRABBIT, why I have been full-time and I'm still there. And I got into TASKRABBIT because I heard about side hustles from Asia Dang, and this was when I was working full-time as a forensic economist, a desk job, and I was making good money, but I realized after the last raise that it wasn't motivating to keep learning about economics, to keep working as a forensic economist. And you would think that getting raises would challenge you to work harder and learn more and go back to school, blah, blah, blah. And I did briefly think about that, but I realized more so that I enjoyed working by myself. I enjoyed holding 100% accountability for my actions, my mistakes, my successes. It was time that I worked with my hands and just worked at a physical job again. And so I met a handyman that I had to hire for my office, and he was such a kind man, and he just inspired me, and he doesn't even know, but he inspired me, and I got the idea. I started to look up handyman channels. I started to look up how I can become a handywoman, and I found a local trade school and attended trade school for a summer semester and decided that I wanted to continue in this trade, continue in learning about all the trades. And now my dream is to build my own house, build my own little house, and then continue building houses, maybe for the elderly, like give houses away. Anyway, so that's why I'm on TASKRABBIT. Okay, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I post videos not so much on TASKRABBIT reviews or TASKRABBIT tips too often, but I do post weekly about like a day in my life, week in my life as a handywoman. I feature my dogs, my rescue dogs, Sugar and TD. I also film, and I'm trying to be consistent because it's very important to keep learning. I film a video series called Learn With Me, and right now I am learning about electrical, and that is posted every 2 weeks. How-to videos, like I have a how to install a bidet attachment and how a handywoman installs a floating shelf, things like that. And whatever I purchased for my own apartment and I need it installed, I will show you that. So if you're interested, please subscribe. I also have daily updates on my Instagram, which is at @mykindofeconomical. So if you're interested, please follow me there. And I think that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.